I'm Mark from Melbourne, Australia, and I live in the Middle East. Welcome to a series of 3 7-minute videos discussing marriage. With me I have my wife Tess, and I'll ask her for comments during each segment. Please like and subscribe, send to your friends. Today the key thing is personal preparation for marriage. If you're getting married, you're forming a covenantal agreement with your spouse and before God. So the more that you are free, you're happy in your own skin, the more you'll be able to do your part. See my video on covenant. We should put foundations in our life, removing curses that run through family lines, removing the influence of evil spirits. These were things that in the New Testament times were readily understood and experienced. Receiving personal healing for things in the past. We are made to be in community. Our habitat is relationships with other people, particularly before entering marriage. And for those who are already married watching these videos as well, we're always needing to forgive other people, remove wickedness from our lives, avoiding sexual immorality, avoiding the occult, witchcraft, and being ready to be all that we are meant to be. If you're Christian, it's important to gather with other Christians in a regular way. The scriptures talk about eating together with others and during that time celebrating communion. The Apostle Paul and Jesus talked about the importance of crucifying the flesh. We need to line ourselves and our behavior up with the Maker's instructions. There are some instructions for husbands. Husbands are to love our wives as our own body, to not be harsh, to be considerate, to treat our spouses with respect, to make sure that nothing hinders our prayers together. Parenthood is a joint undertaking and our prayers are powerful, but we need to be working together. We are also to fulfill our marital duty to our wives. For wives, the same. There are important things for wives to do. The scriptures say that wives are to submit to their husbands. Submit has the understanding of fly in formation. If you imagine the acrobatic teams that fly in formation, it doesn't mean fly in formation into a mountain, but where possible, try to be thinking the same thing, heading in the same direction. Wives are told to respect their husbands, not to be gossiping, and to have an inner beauty. Outward beauty is good, but the focus is on inner beauty, an inner self with a gentle, quiet spirit. And also wives are told to fulfill their marital duty to their husbands, and I'll talk about that in the last of the videos. Children have roles as well, and they are told to obey their parents in the Lord, to honor their parents. And as adults, we can do that for our parents, whether they're alive or their memory. Fathers are told to not exasperate or embitter their children, but to train and instruct children in the Lord. If you're getting married and you have children, you have a responsibility, fathers, to be training and instructing them in the Lord. Workers are told to obey, submit to their employers, treating them with respect and sincerity, wholeheartedly, because of the Lord. We are all told to submit to every human authority, to show proper respect. Paul said to honor the emperor, which in our context means that those God has appointed, we should be honoring them. People who are employers or masters are told to treat their employees or slaves or servants in the same way, not threatening. The other thing I'd say before I ask Tess for comment is that marriage is temporary. Whether we are married or single, when we die, that covenant ends and we go to be with God forever. and we're changed. So how do I know I'm marrying the right person?
I would say things would flow. There's an inner knowing that this is the right person, that is heading in the right direction. Also, if you share the same faith, it's most important. You have to have the same faith, because as a married couple, you'll be operating as one. You would do things as one. You will become one. So if you have two opposing beliefs, it might work, but I would think it would be difficult. So it's better if you have the same faith.
For me, the verses in Proverbs chapter 3 were a great help. And for me, I realized that there are three things for us to do and one thing that God will do. That we trust in Him, that He'll find the right lifelong partner. Do not lean on your own understanding. In times like this, when we're emotionally involved, it can be very difficult to make sure we're making the wise decision, and to acknowledge Him, that it's God who is for marriage, who brings people together. And if we get counsel as well, God is not trying to spoil our enjoyment. Question number 2, perhaps God is wanting me to be single. How can I tell? We give every desire or dream to God, but when it continues, that's an indication that God is wanting it to be fulfilled.
Yes, I agree. It needs to be a special calling from the Lord for you to be single, and that desire would build over time, and it will not leave. There'll be more preparations in your life that would be suitable for you to lead a single life. But the Lord is very good at matching people up. That feeling of I don't think I don't want to get married, or the feeling that I will only be serving the Lord because I feel that this is what my calling is, then stay with it. That it's the Lord put that feeling there and that desire there, and it will bring it to fulfillment.
Yes, I think Sir Cliff Richards is an example, because he has been single throughout his life, and his reported comments are that he is just so busy that he really doesn't have time for marriage, and that by being single it has enabled him to do so much more. So I think people who are choosing singleness are choosing it and choosing it to be effective for the Lord.